I have really great news. A portal just opened. How do I know? I experienced it. All my friends experienced it. All of my friends experienced it. And it opened up on a specific date here in January. In fact, I know the exact day, and I'm going to share with you what happened prior to that, what's happening now, and this portal's open through May. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Are you experiencing this? This is so cool. You may have felt it. I'm going to talk about it. Get excited. We have amazing things happening. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. I just went for a walk, so it's a little crazy out here, but okay. All right, did I really mess things up? Oh, who cares? Anyways, a portal opened. It's January of 2022. Did you experience maybe just feeling a little off? Maybe you didn't feel inspired. Maybe you're meditating and nothing was happening, or things weren't aligning right. Things were just not going right for you. Right? Well, I experienced this. In fact, my friends all experienced this with me one weekend when we went to try and see a play. We actually ended up standing there ready to go in and said, no, we're not going. Something's going on. All these little things are going on. Just little things that weren't quite right, including everybody's GPS was not operating right. Well, we had a full moon. Could have had a solar flare. Could have had electromagnetic field issues. Who knows what it is, but I know something was up and everyone felt it. Now, we were going with our intuition, so every time something happened as we are on our little weekend excursion having a blast, little things were happening and we would shift. We'd shift that energy field into something else. We'd switch tables when the table wasn't working, it was wobbly, and and it kept going and going and going. But now, it was just small stuff. But it was definitely, we all felt that something out there wasn't right. Okay, did you experience that? Now I'll give you the exact date when I noticed that something completely shifted. And it was the 18th, all right? This is just a couple days later. Yeah, I think today's the 20th. So I preempted my regularly scheduled video to talk about this because I felt such a huge shift. Now, usually I will get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and all day long I'm shooting videos, I'm writing, and I was really, really working hard to try and get my flow here. The downloads weren't coming, at least not like they usually do. And so I was getting, these feelings like, I wasn't being inspired, and what is that? And you may have felt this. Maybe you just felt like, I'm not supposed to be in that job or this relationship, and this doesn't work, and what am I doing? And right, you start to question yourself, right? That's what most people do. On the 18th, I noticed a huge shift. I got up at the crack of dawn and I started writing. I started shooting videos. I started writing Activate Your Magic, my new course that's coming out. Amazing stuff we have going on. I got several sales in my business, and then everything today, and today's the 20th, it just keeps accelerating. So I get up this morning, I got another beautiful sale for my business, and then my property that I decided to sell up in the Georgia mountains sold. I've been wanting to sell that for some time, and it just wasn't moving. It sold. I got exactly what I wanted, and I said yes and signed the documents, and that baby is getting completed as we speak. I went out for a walk, and I saw a bird, and he had a huge fish in his mouth, and he was so happy, and he ate the fish. I went further down, another bird caught a fish and was eating, and I don't see that very often. I think I've seen it once, and a hawk had a fish once, and then I saw one bird get a fish, but I don't really get to witness that very often. In fact, my comment was always like, did these guys ever catch any fish? And so 2 fish, and then I saw a dolphin, and then I was walking, just thing after thing after thing, from subtle things to some big things in my life, and the inspiration and the feeling that something really wonderful shifted is in play. What is that? Portals open up. Energy shifts. The planets align, everything open. Portals and opportunities open up. This is real stuff. Portals will open up for you. If you don't take advantage of them, we can go into another energy shift, which will happen in May, which could shut down certain portals and open other ones. Between now and May is a huge opening, huge one. And what did you just hear me say? I sold my property. I got some business sales that I didn't expect. Fish were being caught. Dolphins are swimming. Abundance. Abundance. And this is for everyone. This isn't a zodiac sign just for certain people. This is for everyone. A portal of abundance opened up. So you know this is the year of action. If you don't take action, it's not going to happen. You don't sit there and wait for somebody to knock on the door and say you won the lottery. You got to buy the lottery ticket, right? By the way, I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm talking about the year of action. We're not counting on lottery winning anymore. We are taking action. We're creating, inspiring, motivating. We're starting businesses where you guys see this all the time. Free videos, start your own business, get inspired, change the planet. I'm going to give you some suggestions too about who we are right now on this planet. And this portal's open to empower all of us. We used to look and complain to everybody else and watching the stupid channels that have all this negative stuff that's made up. Do you know the difference between a contrail and a chemtrail? You should probably know that before you believe all this garbage, all right? I want you to start making your own educated decisions and stop looking to others who are giving you false information. That's part of the programming to disempower us. We're going into the abundance phase now where we're saying, we are becoming more independent, more, just say, self-directed, more empowered. We're using small communities. And I'm going to tell you what communities did back in the civil rights movement. You know, when the buses wouldn't let the black people sit in the front, they stopped riding the buses. They didn't get violent. They just stopped riding the buses, right? Okay, what did that do? Well, it changed everything. So I want you to remember that. You hold great power in those kind of peaceful movements. And if somebody's doing something, and it's a corporation or anybody else or anything out there that is going against our choices to create an amazing new world of positivity, positive energy, sustainable things, things that are good for our planet, then we have to step away from the madness and stop battling it, all right? I'm going to support every company that is allowing our choice with our bodies and our global health challenges. I am. Starbucks is one of them, by the way. No matter what you think of them, our word is supporting those companies who are stepping out and doing the right things. We have a voice by doing that, and we're changing the planet. This portal that opened up, there's so much that you can do, and it has to do with me and what I'm doing and what I'm creating, because what I do here now is going to affect everything. And that abundance can flow to everyone, So I want you to be so aware of these critical months, because something definitely opened up. I feel it. Do you feel it too? You're going to see some big changes, health, all kinds of other things. And I did a video and I said, we can put things to sleep, you know? We can just quiet it down. It's fear that fuels things. So I don't always say I'm not here to destroy anything or to end it. It has an existence and it serves a reason, and we created it. But when we put things to sleep, basically we're saying we no longer are focused on that. We no longer have fear around it. We're going to come over here and create. This is a new world for us, a new one. And so it's about self-empowerment, my decisions, not listening to the garbage. Somebody said, asked me about David Icke. But there, you know, he's awake, and I said, where'd you hear that? Did he say that? And what's coming out of his mouth? I don't watch him. I don't even have any clue what the guy says. All I'm telling you is, if it's negative, shut it down. If it's negative, it is not of an enlightened nature. It's not. It can't be. And that's okay. Let him explore that. But don't participate. Like I said, when you put your focus on something, you participate in it. What are you placing your focus on? Place your focus on something, let it go, and continue to work towards those goals. Somebody said, what's the difference between focus and letting go? And I said, focus is knowing something exists. I know it. So I don't have to keep going. I want to win the lottery. I want that job. I want that relationship. You will fall in love with me. You don't have to do that. You just see a situation and you leave it out to the universe, because if it's meant to be the best thing for you, it will, because you want the best thing. And the ego wants things a certain way and keeps going. If I say a mantra, it'll show up. That's not how it works. You have a gateway open right now, a portal, huge one. So a thought is manifesting. Watch those thoughts. Watch those thoughts. Watch what you're watching. You can also manifest all that stuff like that. Yeah. And so we want to now go into the new earth of no more judgments. It's exhausting, isn't it, to judge and argue and all this stuff. I'm seeing communities come together. My neighbors and I had this whole discussion about the health issues. And we all said, you know what? The jig is up. Nobody's safe anymore, so we don't even care. We're just going about our day and being respectful to one another, and we're okay. Nobody argued. Nobody took a stance. And by the way, everybody had different opinions on that, but we didn't feel that we had to voice them. We just say, hey, I'm going to respect you and your decision, and we also kept our distance and said, people are getting sick, so that's an era that we're going through, and it will dissolve because it'll run its course, and it'll be something else up the road. So when we just come together and say we don't have to argue about anything anymore, we are using this time period of abundance flowing to focus on, how can I create products that will be healthy for the planet? How do I solve problems for people so that their lives can be easier that don't hurt the planet? How can I create healthy things for people without having to go to these other places that are just masking things instead of healing? There are so many things you could be doing right now, and it's so exciting. Portal is open. I feel it. Oh my gosh. I started creating Activate Your Magic. I haven't been able to do that for about a month. I didn't know why. Now I'm ready. I know exactly. I'm shooting videos every day for that. That energy, that is going to flow to you. So just ask and you shall receive. That is desiring answers. Ask to be led to where you're supposed to be. Ask to be, given the highest and best use of your talents and gifts. What should you be doing now? And don't criticize anything, because everything that you do, you benefit from because you learn. It might be learning what you don't want, right? You can never make a mistake. It's impossible. So all those people out there you think are doing bad stuff, just shut your pie hole, because you know what? That's none of your business. If they're harming the planet, then what are you doing to counterbalance that, to make sure that that can't be done, or that there's another solution or another answer, another option? That's what changes. That dissolves when nobody goes to it anymore, with our energy and everything else. When we have an option that's better for all of us, we'll take it, and that will be obsolete. This is how we must operate right now, so get excited. I call it my mojo. My mojo is back. Is your mojo back? I hope you'll subscribe. If you want to try this new, kicked off, brand spanking new program, we take people step by step. What do you want to create? You don't have to know what you want. You just have to be open to changing your life and taking charge. Why would people work in jobs they hate? Who cares? Fire me. Yeah, go ahead. By the way, that's been overruled here in the United States. Woo! And some companies are going to still do it, so don't support those companies. I'm serious. Let's stop riding the bus, right? If the bus tells us something that's not right, and they're telling us that we are not equals, then I'm not riding the bus. So take a stance whichever way you want, but make sure it's peaceful. You don't have to argue. Don't get into the garbage or lower frequencies. Simply make higher, better choices, and the world will change. And guess what? No one will be left behind. And those who were making negative decisions, they're going to learn that that's not acceptable. They can't play with us in our little playground or up in the penthouse if they're behaving that way. Not because we don't love them, but they don't have the same frequency, so they can't exist in that reality. It's that simple. Everyone's equally loved. Everyone's equally powerful and unconditionally loved with no judgment. Let us follow in those footsteps of what was presented to us, that ye are all gods, not the God, all gods, one creation that creates at every moment. that you manifest everything, and you can manifest anything as the human role you decided to play. Who is that? Who do you want that to be? It's not what you think was dealt you. It's what you're doing with it. It's the forgiveness and showing other people how to forgive. It's going through trauma and showing other people how to triumph over trauma. We're ready to elevate ourselves. Portal is open. Come join me, my friends. Down in the description is Manifest Anything. That's a free video series. I am changing all of that. And by the way, everything in my programs are changing. So take advantage of what I'm giving you right now, because it's never going to be that way again, because I'm bringing on new people. I'm bringing on coaches, psychologists that deal in quantum physics. I've got an expert in acupuncture that's amazing. I've got exciting stuff for you. I'm going to take you into a world where we're going to look at absolutely everything and help you make your own choices, help you to become empowered and guide you to what that looks like. You're going to feel so clear on all of this. And now I'm inspired to do that. So get ready, because I'm going to accelerate everything. Manifest Anything. Sign up. Sign up for the online courses. Explore. Expand. Be your amazing self, because you can do anything, because you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I'm so excited for the portal. Woo! One day all this stuff happened for me. And all those birds are eating the fishies. Not so great for the fish. But hey, that's nature. All right. I'll see you in the next video. I've got some good ones coming up. So subscribe, share, and stay tuned, my friend. Namaste.